Good day, I'm Blue Suit, and today we're talking about the action, strategy, sci-fi, tower defense game that is Tor. Set in a distant future, in a galaxy far, far away, in Tor, the planet Toria, home of the Taurans, is being invaded by the Empyrean. End of story. Literally, that's the entire story. I mean, I get it, it's a tower defense game, but still, I digress. Let's start with what Tor gets right. The feeling of blasting away hordes of encroaching enemies in Tor is actually pretty thrilling. I'm not a huge tower defense fan, and I had admittedly low expectations going into Tor, but I actually had a blast. First of all, the sound is just great. There's no dialogue or voice acting, and it's a pretty short soundtrack, but the sounds of the explosions and the gunfire and the laser beams was spot on. It really made me feel a sense of power while mowing down these enemies. And that's really what Tor does. It gives you an arsenal, and you blow stuff up with it. From using the right damage type against the right enemy, to saving that volley of arrows for when you need it the most, Tor did a surprisingly good job of keeping me hooked throughout the story on such a short gameplay loop. You blow stuff up for a couple minutes, you spend the resources that you earned, and then you do it again. But I just found it so satisfying to destroy that Hellion right before he launched his rockets, or taking down the bombers right before they flew into position over my base, or something that impressed me, shooting down a rocket that had already been fired. Graphically, Tor kinda toes the line between StarCraft 2 and Human Fall Flat. The textures of the maps are really low, cartoony, easy to look at textures, while the explosions, the lasers, and most enemies are pretty detailed. It actually works together pretty well to show the sharp contrast between the peaceful planet of Toria and the ruthless aggression of the Empyrean. The bottom line is, the explosions are pretty, and explosions are a pretty big part of this game, so thumbs up. Where Tor starts to get wobbly is in the skill tree and the forge. The forge is simple enough. Dump your precious resources in to upgrade your weapon. The result is that your weapon goes up a rank, up to rank 10, but the quality of your weapon is randomized. I spent a long time using a rank 3 weapon just because it was legendary, and re-rolling would have likely decreased its damage output. It's good for people who really love this game and put 100+ hours in and maximize their loadouts. Kind of a pain in the butt for the rest of us though. The skill tree is robust, and it's fun to try out all the different units and abilities and weapons, but after I'd ran through them all, I found some pretty glaring balance issues. Almost half of the upgrades gave me the feeling that I wasn't making a meaningful impact on the battle, while others just felt like I could not live without them. I'll just say it, nothing really compares to the laser beam. It recharges, not reloads like every other weapon, and in a game where reloading feels like it takes all year, it's a pretty huge advantage. That being said, Echo Entertainment has already made a few patches and balance changes, so I'm not too concerned with what's strong right now. My larger issue is with the amount of content that's being given to me under that $25 price tag. Let's break it down. There's only one boss in the game. The main story is about 6 to 7 hours long, with an endless grind of missions thereafter. There are actually like 15 maps in the game, but most of them look, feel, and play pretty similar. So most people will probably only notice that there's a sand map, grass map, trees, water map, and snowy map. If you're a huge fan of this genre, and you just want to play tower defense, then this is probably a pretty good investment for you. It's quick and easy to pop in, play a few rounds between homework assignment or whatever else you might have going on. For me, however, this game is probably worth around $10 to $12 as it is. That's not to say I didn't like Tor. I had about 7 hours of real, honest fun with it. You might have more or less, but that's as far as the gameplay loop took me. Certainly not 25 bucks worth of time. I'm excited to see what Echo Entertainment does next. They seem to care about their players and have shown this in their patches, and hopefully they can do something with Tor to make it live up to the price that's being asked. I hope you enjoyed this review of Tor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Until next time, peace!